Hello, we will learn today partial fractions of type 2. But before this, we will have a short recap on type 1. What was type 1? When, for example, we have a fraction like 2x plus 1 over x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. So, we can write it as a over x minus 1 plus b over x minus 2 plus c over x minus 3. So that was type 1. Now let us say we have an other example, 2x plus 1 over x square minus 5x plus 6. So, is this type 2? Is this a new type? No, it's not, because we can write this denominator x square minus 5x plus 6. We can factorize it. So what are factors of this? X square minus 5x plus 6 we have done in previous classes in when we were very younger. That we have different methods to solve it. We have midterm break method, we have other method. So in short, we can write it as x minus 2 and x minus 3. We have to multiply, we have to break this term. If you remember, x square, it can be written as minus 2x minus 3x, because minus 2x minus 3x is equal to minus 5x plus 6. Now we can take x common from first two terms. So x, what will be remain inside the bracket? X minus 2. When we take common minus 3, so it will leave x minus 2. Now again x minus 2 is common, so what will remain inside the bracket? X and minus 3. So factorization of x square minus 5x plus 6 is x minus 2 and x minus 3. So we can write it as 2x plus 1 over x minus 2 and x minus 3. So this is the same first type. We have linear factors in the denominator, so we can write it as a over x minus 2 plus b over x minus 3. So that was not type 2. What is type 2? In type 2 we have to solve a fraction which have repeated factors in the denominator. For example, we have a fraction like 3x over x minus 1 x minus 2 square. So x minus 2 is repeating here. X minus 2 square mean x minus 2 is 2 times, because x minus 2 multiply x minus 2 is x minus 2 square. So in this type of fraction, how can we write it? We can write it as a over x minus 1 plus b over x minus 2 plus c over x minus 2 square. So now, how have we to solve it? We have to eliminate a, b and c, or you may say that we have to find values of a, b and c. To find this, we have to eliminate. What am I saying? Let us see. We can take LCM here on the right side, or we can multiply the whole fraction by x minus 1 and x minus 2 square. So when we shall multiply it, the whole equation with x minus 1 and x minus 2 whole square, so what will happen? X minus 1 and x minus 2 square will be cut by x minus 1 and x minus 2 square. X minus 1 x minus 2 square will cancel here, so what will be the remaining term? Just 3x. Now x minus 1 will cancel x minus 1, so we will have a into x minus 2 square. Now x minus 2 into x minus 2 square, so just x minus 2 will left. So c we will have, sorry, we will have b times, we will have b times x minus 1 and x minus 2, and when x minus 2 square will multiply with x minus 2 square, it will cancel again, so we will have c times x minus 1. Now we have to solve this equation. How can we solve? Just like in type 1, we have to put x equal to 1 or x equal to minus 2. So when we shall put x equal to 2 here, what will happen? It will be 2 minus 2, 0, and 0 multiply anything is 0, so a will be eliminated here. So let us say x is 2, so 3 times 2, a, put 2 here, 2 minus 2 square, again put x 2, so 2 minus 1 and 2 minus 2, it will be 0, and c 2 minus 1, so it will give us 3 times 2 6, 2 minus 2 0, 0 time anything is 0, again 2 minus 2 is 0, 0 multiply 1 multiply b is 0, and 2 minus 1 is 1, so it will give us c. So what is value of c here? C is 6. So we have value of c is 6. Now similarly we can find next value. What will be the next value? Substitute x equal to 1 in this equation. So what will it be? 3 times 1, a into 1 minus 2 square. Substitute x equal to 1 or replace x by 1, plus b into 1 minus 1 into 1 minus 2 plus c into 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 multiply c is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 multiply b is 0. 1 minus 2 is 1 minus 1, and minus 1 square is 1. So a times 1 is 1, so a is 3. Now we have to find, we have derived value of c, that is 6, and value of a, that is 3. Now we have to find value of b. How can we find? Now to find this, because equation is we have equation 3x is equal to a into x minus 2 square plus b into x minus 1 x minus 2 plus c into x minus 1. Now we have derived the value of a as well as value of c. We have to find the value of b. We can find the value of b by comparing method. So let x is 0. Substitute this value in this equation. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 2, okay, I am writing it, 0 minus 2 square plus b into 0 minus 1, 0 minus 2 plus c into 0 minus 1. So 0 minus 2 is minus 2, minus 2 square is 4, 4a, and 0 minus 1 is minus 1, so this is minus 1 and minus 2, 0 minus 2 is minus 2, and c times minus 1. So value of a is 3 and value of c is 6. Substitute these values here. We shall substitute value of a, that is 3, and value of c, that is 6. So substitute these values here. We will get 4 times 3, minus 1 into minus 2 is plus 2, 2 times 3 2b, and c minus c is 6 times minus 1. so that is equal to 0. 4 times 3 is 12, this is 2b, and this is 6 times minus 1 minus 6 is equal to 0. So 12 minus 6 is 6. When we shall shift this 6 to the left side, it will subtract, so minus 6 is equal to 2b. So what will be value of b? 2 is multiplying here. When it will be shifted to the left hand side, it will divide, so minus 6 over 2, b is minus 3. So we have derived all the values here. Right now we have derived all the values of value of a, value of b, and value of c. Now our equation can be written as equation, we can write 3x over x minus 1 into x minus 2 square, that was equal to a over x minus 1. So a is 3 over x minus 1 plus b over x minus 2, b is minus 3 over x and c is 6 over x minus 2 square. So we have solved it. That was equation of type 2. So we have used partial fraction method to solve this fraction, and now we can find its integration or anything what is he saying to find. So thank you so much for learning. Thank you so much.